Welcome back to the channel Coins Wealth, ladies and gentlemen, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers. Welcome to a journey that could turn a humble copper coin into an unforgettable fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of one of the most overlooked yet incredibly valuable coins in American history, the 1951 D. Lincoln cent. Yes, that little brown penny you may have tossed in a drawer or found in Grandpa's coin jar could be worth a whopping $91 or even more. And here's the shocking part. Some rare conditions have sold for hundreds, even thousands at auctions. This is not just another penny. This is the story of a historic piece of American currency. A wartime-era survivor. A tiny treasure from Denver Mint that's stirring up big waves in today's collectible coin market. So grab your magnifying glass, turn up the volume, and stick around until the very end, because you might be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Let's start at the beginning. The history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first issued in 1909, designed by famed sculptor Victor David Brenner, to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, a monumental break from the classical depictions of Lady Liberty that graced previous designs. From day one, this little copper coin was a symbol of change, progress, and presidential legacy. Fast forward to 1951, and the United States is fresh off the aftermath of World War II. The country is booming, the economy is growing, and coin production is soaring. But hidden among billions of pennies minted that year is a tiny batch from the Denver Mint, stamped with a small D under the date. Some of these coins, due to subtle errors, mint condition preservation, or rare strike qualities, have become ultra-valuable collector's items today. And that brings us to the 1951 D. Lincoln wheat penny, one of the most mysterious, overlooked, and surprisingly valuable coins in modern collecting. The Denver Mint, marked by the letter D, produced a staggering 625,355,000 Lincoln cents in 1951. Yes, over 625 million coins were struck that year from Denver alone. So what makes some of these worth more than 100 times their face value? The answer lies in condition, rarity, errors, and collector demand. Most of the coins were released into general circulation and suffered the wear and tear of daily use. But some, a very small percentage, were either preserved in pristine condition by collectors or came out of the mint with tiny, unique variations. These are the coins turning heads and attracting high bids at auctions across the country. To recognize a valuable 1951 D. Lincoln penny. First, you need to know what you're looking at. A portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, designed by Victor D. Brenner, and under the date, a small D mint mark, indicating the coin was minted in Denver. 2 stalks of wheat curved around the edges, hence the name, wheat penny. This design remained unchanged from 1909 to 1958, and for collectors, these wheat pennies are the gateway to rare coin riches. Now let's talk value, and this is where it gets exciting. A common 1951 D penny in heavily circulated condition may only be worth a few cents above face value. But that's just the beginning. If your coin is in uncirculated or mint state condition, that means no scratches, minimal contact marks, and that signature red luster from the original copper, then the value skyrockets. Let's break it down. Very fine, VF 20 condition, worth around 15 cents to $0.30. Extremely fine, EF 40 up to 50 cents to $1, about uncirculated, -50 Australian dollars to -58 Australian dollars can bring in $1.50 to $3. Mint state, MS 60 to MS 63 sells for $4 to $15. Gem BU, brilliant uncirculated MS 65 red value jumps to $45 to $91 or higher in 2023 and 2024. Several MS 66 and MS 67 red examples were sold at auction for over $150. One exceptional 1951 D in near-perfect condition even broke the $300 mark. That's 30,000 times its face value. And that's without considering rare error coins. This is where the treasure hunting begins. Some 1951 D. Lincoln cents have minting errors that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. Common valuable errors include double die obverse, DDO, where the date or lettering appears doubled. These are especially prized by error collectors. Off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly aligned during minting. Repunched mint mark, RPM, where the D mint mark appears stamped more than once. BIE error, a die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, creating the appearance of a third letter I. Die cracks or cuds, raised lines, or blobs of metal caused by damage to the minting dies. These error coins can fetch $100, $250, or even more depending on the visibility, rarity, and condition. Always check your 1951 D pennies closely under magnification. If you have a 1951 D penny, follow these steps. Examine the date and mint mark. Make sure it says 1951 and has the D under the date. Look for errors. Use a 10x magnifying glass to check for doubling, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. Check the condition. Is it shiny, red, and free from scratches? You might have a gem. Compare with grading charts online or via coin books like the Red Book. Get a professional grading for maximum value. Consider having your coin certified by PCGS or NGC.AS of 2025. The coin market is experiencing a boom in demand for high-grade wheat pennies. Collectors, investors, and even new hobbyists are turning to vintage U.S. coins as a hedge against inflation and a piece of American heritage. The 1951 D Lincoln cent in MS65 red condition is consistently selling for $80 to $91. Certain auction listings, especially on platforms like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or eBay, have seen price wars over pristine examples. Coins with rare varieties or clean RPM errors are being snapped up by competitive buyers. This means now is the time to search your old coin rolls, family collections, and childhood piggy banks. That unassuming penny could be a hidden treasure waiting to be uncovered. The 1951 D Lincoln penny isn't just a piece of metal. It's a survivor of mid-century America, a symbol of history in your hand, and possibly a valuable investment hiding in plain sight. While billions were minted, only a fraction remain in collectible condition. Even fewer carry the rare characteristics that drive prices through the roof. So next time you see a penny lying on the ground, don't just walk past it. Pick it up, flip it over, and check the date. That tiny copper coin might be your lucky day. Because remember, in the world of coin collecting, knowledge turns cents into dollars, and sometimes into hundreds. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1951 D Ultra Lincoln penny, don't forget to subscribe for more rare coin history and values. Like if you learned something new, comment below. If you've ever found a rare wheat penny or want help identifying one, share this video with anyone who loves history, collecting, or treasure hunting. Until next time, keep searching, stay curious, and may your next penny be worth a small fortune. World, get ready to be amazed. What if I told you that a tiny copper coin from 1941, a humble, everyday 1-cent piece, could be hiding in your pocket, your drawer, or that old piggy bank and could be worth much more than its face value? I'm talking about the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, also known among collectors as the Ultra Lincoln, due to its sharply defined details on certain high-grade versions. This isn't just any old penny. This is a piece of American history that some collectors are willing to pay up to $54 or even more for, depending on its condition, rarity, and minting quality. So don't blink and don't skip a second. Because in this video, we're diving deep into the incredible story, stunning value, and fascinating background of the 1941 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny. This coin may be small, but its value and legacy are absolutely massive. Let's take a step back in time to 1941. The world was on the brink of major transformation. The United States was still emerging from the grip of the Great Depression, and the shadow of World War II was growing darker. But amid all this turmoil, the U.S. Mint continued its mission, producing coins for the American people. That year, the U.S. Mint struck millions of Lincoln wheat pennies, known to collectors simply as Wheaties. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse side features the iconic bust of President Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design so timeless, it's still used on pennies today. The reverse side, until 1958, showcased 2 wheat stalks symbolizing prosperity and America's agricultural heritage. But not all 1941 pennies were created equal. Most were ordinary, mass-produced coins, but some, especially those in mint state, proof-like finishes or error versions, have become incredibly rare and valuable. And that's where the story gets really exciting. The 1941 penny was minted in 3 different U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark tells a different story and influences the coin's value in today's collector market. 1941. No mint mark struck in Philadelphia. This was the most common, with over 887 million coins minted. Most of these are worth between 5 to 25 cents in circulated condition. But wait, uncirculated and high-grade examples, especially those graded MS65 and above by services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch $5 to $25 or more, and some ultra-high grades have reached $100 plus at auctions. 1941D. Struck in Denver. Over 128 million were made. Again, circulated versions are fairly common and inexpensive, but sharp, uncirculated examples can go up to $35 to $60 depending on condition. A near-perfect MS-67, 1941 D penny has sold for over $1,000 in auction. 1941 S. Struck in San Francisco. With a mintage of about 92 million, this one is slightly scarcer than the others. In circulated condition, it's worth about 10 to 30 cents, but in mint state, the 1941 S is known to bring $50 to $150 or more in certified grade MS-66 or higher. Now here's where it gets even more thrilling. Error coins and ultra-high grades are where serious money is made. Coins with double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual colorations can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. The 1941 wheat penny holds a special place in numismatic hearts not just for its age or design, but for its historical value. It was minted in a year that marked the start of U.S. involvement in World War II. Think about it. This coin was in circulation during a time when Americans were experiencing rationing, military drafts, and life-altering national events. This tiny coin passed through the hands of soldiers, factory workers, children, and families across America. It's a time capsule made of copper. And let's not forget, these were the last few years before the U.S. started producing steel cents during the war effort. In 1943, to conserve copper for ammunition and military equipment, the mint changed the material to zinc-coated steel. So the 1941 penny is one of the last all-copper coins from the early World War II era, a feature that adds to its desirability. Collectors also chase the ultra-Lincoln version, a name given informally to the 1941 pennies with exceptional strike clarity, especially in Lincoln's hair and jawline. These ultra-sharp examples are usually struck on fresh dies and have strong eye appeal, increasing their market price dramatically. So, how much is a 1941 penny really worth in 2025? Let's break it down simply. Circulated 1941 pennies, all mint marks between 5 cents to $0.50 mint state MS-60 to MS-64. Between $2 to $1.15 high, grade MS-65 to MS-67. From $25 to $200 Ultra Lincoln pennies with sharp features. $50 to $500 rare error coins. Double dies, off-strike. Repunched mint marks $100 to $3,000 plus a perfect. Specimen sold by PCGS with MS-68 red. Some have fetched over $10,000. But on average, a strong collector-grade 1941 penny in MS-65 red is valued at about $54. Yes, that's 54 times its face value for a single cent. Now think, how many of these might be sitting untouched in boxes, collections, or inherited coin jars? You could be sitting on a copper gold mine. Here are a few tips to help you spot a valuable 1941 penny. Check for mint mark. Look below the date on the front of the coin. No mark means Philadelphia, while D is Denver and S is San Francisco. Check the condition. The shinier, redder, and less worn your coin is, the more it's worth. Coins labeled red, RD, are top tier, followed by red-brown, RB, and brown-BN. Check for errors, use a magnifier. Look for doubling on the date or lettering, off-center designs, or weird shapes at the edges. Weigh your coin. A standard 1941 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If yours weighs significantly more or less, it could be an error coin. Grade it professionally. Get your coin graded by PCGS, NGC, or ANAX to verify its condition and authenticity. This dramatically increases its resale value. If you're lucky enough to have a high-grade or rare 1941 penny, the decision to sell or hold depends on your goals. Prices for rare pennies have been steadily rising, especially for pre-war coins. The market is strong among collectors, investors, and even crypto millionaires looking to diversify into physical collectibles. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, eBay, and major coin dealers regularly feature rare 1941 pennies in their catalogs. You could walk away with a nice payday, anywhere from $50 to thousands of dollars, depending on your coin. But if you're a history lover or long-term investor, holding onto it may be wise. As fewer of these coins survive in pristine condition, the value is only expected to go up over the years. So there you have it, the amazing story of the 1941 Ultra Lincoln penny. A tiny copper coin, minted during one of America's most turbulent decades, still circulating today, still being found, still increasing in value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1941 penny is more than just a coin. It's a connection to history, a tangible piece of the past, and in some cases, a hidden treasure worth more than $54 or even thousands of dollars. So go ahead. Check your old change, dig into that coin jar, open that family coin album. Who knows? The next Ultra Lincoln might be hiding in your hands if you enjoyed this deep dive. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin videos, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next video where we'll explore the rare 1955 double die penny worth over $10,000. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy coin hunting. We're going deep into the incredible world of the 1956 D. Lincoln wheat penny. A tiny 1-cent coin that could be worth far more than its face value. Some rare versions of this coin have sold for up to $85 or even more in today's market. And the craziest part? You might have one hiding in your pocket change, a family drawer, or an old jar at home. So buckle up, coin lovers, because we're diving deep into the history, minting secrets, collector value, hidden varieties, grading tips, and shocking auction sales that have made this small copper penny a hot target for collectors worldwide. Let's start with the origin. The 1956 D. Lincoln wheat penny was minted in Denver in the year 1956, during a booming post-war era in America. This was a time when families were growing, the middle class was rising, and coins like this were quietly passing through millions of hands, unnoticed and underappreciated. But what makes the 1956 D so special? It's part of the legendary wheat penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a design so iconic that it has lasted over a century. On the back, 2 stalks of wheat that give the coin its famous nickname, Wheat Penny, and symbolize prosperity and growth. Now, even though over 1.098 billion 1956 D pennies were struck, don't be fooled. Not all of them are equal. In fact, hidden among those billions are a select few that are rare, minted in error, struck with double dies, or preserved in such perfect condition that collectors will pay top dollar just to get their hands on one. Let's talk about what separates the average 1956 D from the rare gems that can fetch up to $85 or more. Mint errors. These are mistakes made during the coin's production. Some examples include double die obverse, DDO, Lincoln's profile or the date appears slightly double dot. Repunched mint mark, RPM. The D from Denver was punched more than once, creating a visible doubling under a microscope. Off-center strikes. A part of the design is missing or shifted due to a misalignment in the minting machine. BIE errors. A vertical die crack appears between the B and E in Liberty, forming what looks like an extra letter I. Coins with these unique features are like hidden treasures. While the average 1956 D penny might only be worth a few cents in circulated condition, rare error versions in excellent grades have fetched up to $85, and in some cases even more at auctions and private collector markets. One of the most important factors that determines a coin's value is its grade. And for that, we look to professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC. Here's a breakdown of how grading affects the 1956 D. Lincoln penny. G4 to VG8, good to very good, typically worth around 2 to 10 cents at EF40. Extremely fine jumps to around 25 to 50 cents AU55. Almost uncirculated can go up to $1 to $2. MS60 to MS63. Mint state can fetch $3 to $8. MS65 red. These pristine coins can sell from $15 to $35. MS67 red or higher. Ultra gem condition coins can easily reach $85 or more, especially if they have a strong luster and eye appeal. Coins that maintain their original red copper color without any oxidation or toning are the most valuable. So if you find a 1956 D penny that looks bright, shiny, and untouched, don't spend it, protect it immediately. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if my 1956 D penny is one of the rare ones? Here's your checklist. Look for the D mint mark just under the year 1956. That confirms it was minted in Denver. Check the color. Red pennies are worth more than brown ones. Inspect for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to check the date and lettering. Search for mint mark oddities. RPMs, repunched mint marks, are highly sought after. Examine Liberty. Any cracks or marks that form a BIE error could mean you're holding a rare version. Get it graded. If it looks perfect or nearly perfect, send it to PCGS or NGC for a professional evaluation. And don't forget, a certified coin with a high grade and a rare error can multiply your profit by hundreds or even thousands of times. Let's look at some actual sales and listings from recent coin auctions and marketplaces. A 1956 DMS 67 Plus red Lincoln cent sold for $85 in a 2024 online auction. A rare RPM variety in MS66 grade went for $120 in a private sale between collectors. Even common 1956 D pennies in MS65 red condition are regularly listed between $25 and $50 on eBay, Etsy, and numismatic forums. These numbers are real, and they prove that even a 1-cent coin can be worth dozens of dollars, if not more. In the right condition, so why does the 1956 D Lincoln wheat penny hold such a special place in collectors' hearts? It marks the final years of the wheat penny era. Only 2 more years of wheat design remained before the switch to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. It was part of an era of American optimism, a time of growth, invention, and national pride. It has hidden varieties, error types, and high-grade potential, making it a fun and rewarding coin to search for. It connects collectors to the past. A piece of American history you can hold in your hand so now that you know the truth about the 1956 D Lincoln wheat penny. What are you waiting for? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another episode in our hunt for rare, valuable, and fascinating coins. And let me know in the comments below. Have you ever found a 1956 D penny? What's the rarest coin you've ever come across? Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your hands steady, and your mind curious. You never know. The next coin you touch could change your life. This is your channel name, signing off from the world of hidden treasure.